Okay, I think you guys can hear me. Okay. Welcome back to Let's Talk Wrestling on Leon the King TV. Welcome back to Let's Talk Wrestling, Leon the King TV. Make sure you leave a like, leave a comment, hit that subscribe button. Whatever you do, please hit that subscribe button. But we're talking about it. You all heard the news last week, of the shocking passing of Bray Wyatt, WWE superstar Bray Wyatt. This was a shock. This was definitely a big shock to all the fans and wrestlers and everyone who plays a part in the wrestling world, in the wrestling community, and even in the IWC. This was very shocking in the wrestling world, the world of pro wrestling. Wyndham Rotunda, aka also known as Bray Wyatt, has passed away due to a heart attack. We found out that the cause of death was heart attack, and we also found out he had been battling COVID earlier in the year. But yes, this is definitely sad. This is definitely a shock. It was very shocking to me. I just say I was watching the Booker T's Hall of Fame podcast with his partner Brad Gilmore from Reality of Wrestling, and I guess Brad Gilmore and Booker T were on live stream, and they both heard the news, and I heard the news while watching his live stream that he had actually passed away, and it was very shocking at the moment. I was aware that Bray had struggled with had some mental health struggles, and I'm not gonna lie, it kind of, when I heard that he passed it, I would say suicide kind of came across my mind maybe. But when we heard the news that it was a heart attack, we were like, oh, thank God it wasn't at least that, we heard that. But it did, I'm not gonna lie, it did cross my mind that maybe the cause of death wasn't taking his life. We don't know. But we did find out eventually afterwards that it was due to a heart attack from him battling COVID early in the year. We all know that he took some time off of WWE programming and TV to basically take care of his health, because he had a life-threatening health illness that he'd been battling with, supposedly. And then it was very shocking to hear that months later he had passed. We were all expecting the return of Bray. We heard the rumors weeks before his death that he was returning. We heard that he was supposedly supposed to work a program and a feud with Cody Rhodes, and possibly could have a match with Cody Rhodes at Payback. But we were hearing rumors of him having a feud with Cody Rhodes, and then him and Cody supposed to have a feud. And we wound up hearing the passing last week on Thursday that he had passed away. So very shocking. I'm very sad. I was a big, huge Wyndham Rotunda, aka Bray Wyatt. I was a big Bray fan. Bray was my guy. I love the Fiend character. I thought that Wyatt family was good at first. I'm not gonna lie. I did enjoy Wyatt family in the beginning. I do think it got stale after a period of time. Wyatt family did become not interesting. But when he returned and repackaged himself, and they repackaged him, WWE had repackaged him with the Fiend gimmick, I was more invested in his character then. But I love the character of Bray Wyatt. I love the promos. I love if you talk about someone who can cut a promo, you best believe Bray Wyatt was the best promo guy in WWE when he came on the mic. He was great at promos. They felt realistic. His feuds felt realistic. I mean, come on, we could name the matches he did with Matt and Jeff Hardy when they did the Hardy Boys. And it was like a horror movie, watching that match. And then we got the match with him and Randy Orton at WrestleMania a few years ago. and then we got the match with him and Randy Orton, and his final WrestleMania match was against Randy Orton again at WrestleMania 37, 2 years ago, 2021. So those are just memories. Bray and his final WrestleMania match was against Randy Orton, but he also had a match. He was supposed to work a match, we all know, with which could have been his last WrestleMania match against Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania, but the match was scrapped due to his illness, and the match was scrapped away from WrestleMania. But like you said, we were all excited to see Bray. I thought the rumors were true that we probably would have seen him at SummerSlam. I was expecting to see him at SummerSlam. I was one of those guys watching SummerSlam mainly for Bray Wyatt. The one reason I was really watching SummerSlam was to see the return of Bray Wyatt and to work his feud with Cody, but that didn't happen. So it's very shocking. It's very eerie. It's very sad to think that for a entertainer like this, a pro wrestler, a wrestler like this, we'll never get. Bray Wyatt changed wrestling. He changed wrestling. He made wrestling interesting. And I'll say this, and some people are gonna hate me for it, but I'm just gonna speak my opinion. Bray Wyatt was the Undertaker of this era in wrestling. I said it. Bray Wyatt was the Undertaker of this generation in wrestling. He was. There was nobody else on that roster, even on that current roster, that had the gimmick that he did. If you talk about supernatural gimmicks, there's not many. Judgment Day was supernatural in the beginning, but then they're not supernatural anymore, to be honest. And then Finn Balor's the Demon King is a alter ego gimmick that you only see like once a year. So it's kind of like there was really nobody else that had the gimmick that he had with the Fiend and the Wyatt family and all that stuff. And the sad part is there was so much that was being planned. Even the Uncle Howdy gimmick, his recent gimmick, his most recent gimmick. So, like you said, you don't get. There was so much more to him that we were going to see. There was so much planned. There was so. See, this was the Undertaker. We were seeing the new Undertaker of this generation, and for a supernatural gimmick, and we were getting that. And wrestling needs that kind of stuff because it's, again, sports entertainment. It needs that. Pro wrestling needs this. But again, it was very shocking to know that we will never get something like this again. It's very shocking to think we won't get anything like this again. As great as a entertainer, sports entertainer that Bray Wyatt was, I even picked the idea. I'm like, man, Bray Wyatt would be good in a Jordan Peele movie because this stuff was like watching movies. Those are the kind of wrestlers I like. I like watching wrestling when it can feel like you're watching a story, when it feels like you're watching a movie. That is great. Those are great wrestlers to me. When you can entertain me and make me drawn, and you can put people in seats and let them watch, that is entertaining. Bray Wyatt was an entertainer. And yes, he goes up with the names like that have passed. The Eddie Guerreros. I hate to say the Benoits, but again, you got to think about Umaga, Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man Randy Savage, Andre the Giant. Just think about all the kind of wrestlers that passed away over the years. And again, Bray Wyatt is kind of like on that Mount Rushmore of passed away wrestlers, or wrestlers that have passed. But again, Bray Wyatt was pro wrestling. Come on, when he was in NXT in the early NXT days in 2010. He signed with the company in 2009. He was his original gimmick in WWE was Husky Harris. I even forgot that myself. A lot of people forgot he was Husky Harris. He was part of Next. He was one of the members of Nexus, the Nexus faction. A lot of people forget he was part of Nexus. So yeah, I mean, Bray Wyatt he's been in the game for a minute, and he truly is legendary. And this is a shock that we won't get. It's a shock we won't get something like this again. It really hurts. It really sucks that we're not going to get something like him again in the wrestling business. But we won't get another Wyndham Rotunda. I mean, there won't be another Fiend. And this is the part that kind of sucks. The guy just signed with the company a year ago. He re-signed with the company a year ago, and they brought him back. Triple H brought him back. He's like, if I'm bringing somebody back, I'm bringing Bray Wyatt back. He returned at Extreme Rules 2022 last year. During the ending of the show, he cut the promo, and he came back. His last match was against LA Knight at the Royal Rumble earlier this year in the Pitch Black match. It was like this glow-in-the-dark match. He faced LA Knight in the Pitch Black match, and presented by Mountain Dew at Royal Rumble. That was his last match. So again, it's kind of it's weird because of the fact that we just got him back. It feels like we just got him back, and then this happens. Very shocking. We just got him back, but man, this is very shocking. This hurts a lot. This is very shocking for me. My Facebook page and Instagram and social medias and TikToks and all that is blew up with Bray Wyatt posts right now. And I even made my Facebook profile Bray Wyatt picture of the Fiend. So I'm just honoring him. You know, he was great. I give those credits. I like to give flowers to those who do their thing, and that's all I'm about, giving flowers. And man, Bray Wyatt deserves. He's getting my flowers for sure. Bray Wyatt changed the wrestling industry. His wife, former WWE employee JoJo, I believe 3 or 4 kids he has, his 2-year-old. This is very sad. All you can do is pray. You hope JoJo is doing well, and the Rotunda family and everything. But yeah, his kids, his wife, you just pray everything is all right. But again, Bray Wyatt has passed. This is very shocking. Watching that Booker T Hall of Fame live stream and hearing the news by Brad Gilmore that he had passed away was just very shocking. I literally yelled in my bedroom saying no. And I'm like, wow, couldn't believe it. Could not. And still today, I wake up this morning still not believing he's gone. Since he's been passed away for the last few days. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. We are not promised tomorrow. Hug your loved ones, tell you love them, tell the ones you love that you love them, and live life and be happy and never take life for granted. And just spread love, man, because this is sad. We're not promised tomorrow. We're just not. We don't know when our time is up, but we have to live our lives because, like they say, YOLO. You only live once, and we have to really make that. We have to make that. We have to really value life more while we have it, as we have it. I just hope a lot of people can live long, good, healthy lives, man. Joyful lives, prosperity lives. Because, like you said, this is sad. But yeah, man, Bray Wyatt, R.I.P. Bray Wyatt. He's dead. I mean, I would say it's a little too soon to say put him in the Hall of Fame now. But I feel like when time is right, at next, and I'll say it, I'll be honest, put him in the Hall of Fame in the 2024 and next year's Hall of Fame, WrestleMania weekend, induct Bray Wyatt into the 2024 WWE Hall of Fame. Induct him. I was also thinking, man, when you hear about stuff like that, this I can't I presented the I came up with the idea this morning. I was thinking to myself, wouldn't it be since his last match at Royal Rumble was against LA Knight in the pitch black match, which was I love that match. Uh, the pitch black match. Um, WWE should partner with Mountain Dew again and say in honor of Bray Wyatt and his legacy, forever and ever and beyond, year after year, at every Royal Rumble, the pitch black match should be part of the Royal Rumble as a Royal Rumble staple match. Make it a staple part of the Royal Rumble. So every year, even next year's Royal Rumble, and every year to come, you make the pitch black match on the Royal Rumble card to honor Bray Wyatt's legacy. That was his match. I would do it. I would do it, man. I would do it. Um, I honestly would do it. I totally agree that the pitch black match, and this is my opinion and my idea, it definitely should be a Royal Rumble staple. It would be crazy ridiculous if they didn't have the pitch black match every year at Royal Rumble. To me, at this point, it would be crazy. I don't care who thinks I'm talking over my head. I don't care who thinks I'm just thinking too deep or just over exaggerating. I'm not. I'm telling my honest opinion and my honest truth. The pitch black match at Royal Rumble should always be at Royal Rumble every year as a staple in memory of Bray Wyatt's legacy and what he has done for this industry and this company and what he has done for wrestling, what he's done for WWE. It would be amazing to make the pitch black match a staple match at the Royal Rumble every year. It sucks that people will never understand what wrestlers put their bodies through. People don't judge NBA. People don't judge NFL players. NFL. People don't judge MLB. People don't judge NASCAR. People don't judge hockey or whatever it is the fuck you watch. People don't judge it. But everyone will judge pro wrestling. People will judge and attack pro wrestling. This man was an entertainer. He was an athlete. He was a professional wrestler. He was a wrestler. He was an in-ring competitor. And you want to belittle his death? This is a life. This is a human being. Why are we trying to belittle the death of someone like this? We get it. Wrestling appeals to socially awkward fans. We get it. We get it. Wrestling appeals to socially awkward people, to socially awkward fans. We get it. But a lot of us are weird. A lot of us are different. We're not all the same. Why are we trying to? This man was different. He spoke up and was like the poster child for difference and weird and kooky. That's who Bray Wyatt was. He was weird. He was different. Bray Wyatt was Bray Wyatt. He was a creative genius in wrestling. I'm a big hip hop head, so I'll use this comparison. He was basically like, I think that's more CM Punk, but I'll say this. He was more, he was the Kanye West of pro wrestling. I'll say it again. Bray Wyatt, he was the Kanye West of pro wrestling. Nobody like him, nobody could do him. Kanye West is a creative genius in music and art and culture and hip hop and fashion. And that's what Bray Wyatt was to pro wrestling. He was the Kanye West. He was a creative genius. He was different. He was unique. He didn't want to be the same. He didn't want to be like anybody else. That's who Bray Wyatt was. That's what influences me. He was himself. No matter how anybody in the locker room thought he was different, no matter how anybody, the fans or people outside of wrestling who don't even follow or know anything, a damn thing about wrestling, judged him. Because guess what? He was an entertainer like a lot of other entertainers that passed away. He goes in that same boat, in that same list with everybody else. He was a professional wrestler. He was great. He was talented. He was unique. He was weird. He was different. He was great. So you're going to see my page blow up with Bray Wyatt, rest in peace, and tributes to Bray Wyatt and post about Bray Wyatt the same way you NBA fans posted about Kobe. The same way you posted about Kobe Bryant and the passing of him and his daughter, sadly. Rest in peace, Kobe. Love you, legend. But we are going to honor, I'm going to honor Bray Wyatt just like a lot of you honor Kobe Bryant. And it's interesting because Bray Wyatt died on Kobe's day or whatever it was. I don't know if it was his birthday or whatever, but he passed on his day. But yeah, I'm gonna honor Bray Wyatt, just like a lot of you fans, NBA fans, honored Kobe Bryant. Kobe hurt a lot of you NBA fans when he passed away. It hurts when he passed away. That's how it is for us wrestling fans. When we lose Bray Wyatt, it hurts to us. Don't belittle pro wrestling. Don't belittle Bray Wyatt. He was great as much as Kobe was. Man, I loved Bray Wyatt. If you could have me drawn, if this man is the Firefly Funhouse, the Fiend, Uncle Howdy, the Wyatt family, all that stuff, it was entertaining. Husky Harris, whatever. He was entertaining. This is a sign that as for us wrestling fans, aka marks, but wrestling fans, for us wrestling fans, we gotta honor pro wrestling and put it on a pedestal and make it a big thing, a major thing, just like NBA is a major thing, just like NFL is a major thing, MLB is a major thing, whatever. We gotta make WWE and pro wrestling a big thing. WWE should be just as big as NBA. We should make, as fans, as wrestling fans, WWE, All Elite Wrestling, AEW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, TNA, Impact Wrestling, All Japan, whatever, Lucha Libre, any wrestling promotion in the world, all the indie promotions and the indies, we gotta make wrestling a big thing and let people know that it is part of pop culture and it is sport and it is entertainment. It is sport and it is sports entertainment and it is pop culture. And as intelligent wrestling fans, we must do this. We are not going to be belittled. In the IWC, Leon the King TV is changing things, baby. The IWC got to stand up and say, yeah. The internet wrestling community, the IWC, we got to stand up and say, man, wrestling is a big thing as much as any other industry. Maybe even bigger. But in order for us to do that, we have to advertise it. We got to post it on our Facebook pages. We got to post it on our Instagrams, on our TikToks, or YouTube accounts, YouTube channels, content creators, web journalists, podcasters. We all got to do it because we're in the same game, and we got to make wrestling a big thing. Us podcasters and content creators and web journalists, we got to do this. We got to do this for Bray Wyatt. We got to make wrestling a thing. We got to refuse to be walked on and stepped on and be thrown and think we're trash because of the fact that we're wrestling fans. We are not trash. We are human beings. We are fans of the wrestling world, and we have to stand up for our world and say, hey, this is what we want to be respected and demanded and looked at. And wrestling needs attention like you give everything else attention. TMZ should honor every wrestler, big name wrestler's death. Entertainment Tonight should honor a big name wrestler's death. Talk show host Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, Corden, whoever, TMZ, the news industry, make wrestling the media, for crying out loud. Make, honor, and tribute these entertainers for what they put their bodies through. WWE is the only, come on, like if I could name, they don't have an off season. Wrestlers are athletes. They put their bodies through so much. People have died, blood, sweat, and tears in this industry. And you honor NBA players for playing a few months in a year. Ridiculous. A few months in a year, NFL players play. Soccer players play. All these people who play for a few months, and you not one time condemn or honor these sports entertainers and what they put their bodies through. The intelligent wrestling fan in me wants me, look, we have to honor these guys. We got to honor these people. They sacrifice as much or even more than what a lot of these other sports industries and leagues do. I love the fact that the ESPYs have a WWE award category. I love that they added that now. I love that they added that. These are athletes too. These are professional athletes. These are sports entertainers. Add them. Pro wrestlers put their bodies through a lot. They hit the gym. They get in the ring. They take bumps. They take clotheslines. They get hit with a steel chair. They get put through a table. They jump off the top rope. They get hit with finishers, kicked in the face, punched, whatever. They get body slammed. They get clotheslined. All types of crazy stuff happens in the crazy, ridiculous world of pro wrestling. But we have to honor them. WWE and these other promotions like AEW and Impact, they don't have off seasons. They don't have a off season. Never had a off season. The only off season they get is if they take time off. They have house shows. Wrestling comes on almost every day in a week. Wrestling comes on TV like almost every day in the week it comes on. You can catch WWE, you can catch AEW, you can catch Impact, whatever. New Japan Pro, it's all on TV. And here's the thing. We got to honor it. TMZ, you will do a story and multiple newses on Kobe Bryant. Not taking away from Kobe. I love Kobe. I was an NBA fan too. I loved Kobe. He was my favorite. One of my favorites other than Jordan. But guess what? You don't want to honor, but you'll be like, oh, 1 minute of Bray Wyatt and then whatever. If Dwayne The Rock Johnson or Stone Cold or anybody was to pass, you got to give them like credit and honoring their lives and their legacies of their tragic passing. What are you saying? What I'm saying is we need, as fans, as wrestling fans in the wrestling community and in the IWC and as content creators, and podcasters, we have to make wrestling a big thing as wrestling fans in general. Wrestling fans need to unite. Wrestling fans need to make and honor Bray Wyatt's legacy by now letting this be a message to us all saying we got to make wrestling a big thing. We're not going to overlook his death. Whether you're a wrestling fan or not, I don't give a shit. We're going to make Bray Wyatt and honor him as a legend, which he is. Wrestling needs to be honored. Wrestling, pro wrestling, wrestling needs to be honored. This is Leon the King TV, your biggest wrestling fan in the world. Make sure you leave a like, leave a comment, hit the subscribe button, share this video. Send this to TMZ, send this to any content creator, to YouTubers, whatever. Send it to everybody in the internet world and in the IWC. This is Leon the King TV. Let's talk wrestling. Leon the King TV. Let's talk wrestling. If you like the content, make sure you leave a like, leave a comment, and hit that subscribe button. Say your prayers, love your family members, love Jesus, love God, believe in God, walk with God, have trust, put your faith in God and not man, and live your best life because you only live once. Be happy, be healthy, love, love, love. I'm out.